Hey, everybody, take a look at this news clip. You can't make this stuff up. Listen to the part about the yachts. As a taxpayer, I want to know, when can I use it? When can I use it? Forfeiture, and they're talking about how the U.S. is trying to seize the Russian Oligarch yachts and looks like an apartment on Park Avenue, but they have to go through forfeiture, which could take months or years. Meanwhile, the taxpayers, somehow, not funny, but it looks like one of the Russian the oligarch's yacht, one of the yachts all of a sudden like disappeared, got away or something. But there's one that's still here. I believe it's in Miami. And the taxpayers are paying for the crew. They're paying for the yachties, the people that are on the boat. It's just sitting there, and we're paying, the taxpayers are paying for the boat slip, for the yacht to sit in the water. Now, in Palm Beach, we first moved there in the neighborhood, a boat slip, or you could pay right outside in the backyard, and that was in 2012. Pay what, $500 a month for a boat slip? That's for just a regular person's boat. This is a yacht. So check this out. We're paying for a boat slip and a yacht that we could be holding for years because we have to go through forfeiture. When can we use it? That's what I want to know. Here we go, people.
Governments made big announcements when they seized dozens of yachts, villas, and private jets of the Russian oligarchs and promised to send the sales proceeds to Ukraine. But the seizures of these assets have turned out to be a big legal problem. And Robert Frank joins us now with more. I'm still waiting to get my, no, I don't. They don't have anything in mind. Robert.
Good, Joe, and they probably won't. But remember last year, President Biden announced that they would, quote, identify, hunt down, and freeze the assets of the oligarchs. The Justice Department has since frozen about $1 billion in total assets. The problem now is what to do with all of them. The government can't take possession or sell an asset until it's gone through forfeiture. That's a process where they have to prove in court that the assets are illegal proceeds. That could take months or even years. The DOJ announced Friday the beginning of a forfeiture process for luxury real estate belonging to the oligarch Victor Vekselberg. The homes in Miami Beach, the Hamptons, and Manhattan are valued at over $75 million. But most of the yachts that have been seized around the world are still floating in legal limbo. Amadea, that's a $500 million yacht that was owned by billionaire oligarch Suleiman Karimov, that was raided in Fiji last year. The DOJ sailed it to San Diego, where it is still sitting in the port of San Diego. The U.S. government, meanwhile, i.e. taxpayers, are paying the crew and the docking fees, so they won't say how much they're actually paying. The U.S. has not begun the forfeiture process, so they can't sell it or transfer ownership. Meanwhile, a 115-foot yacht seized from an oligarch and held in Croatia has escaped from authorities and is now missing.
They came and got the other one, I guess. It has escaped from authorities. A $500 million yacht. A $500 million yacht. What do y'all want to guess the boat slip is? I'm thinking for one that size, Miami, if I had to just guess, it might be what, maybe $5,000 or $10,000 a month. On the conservative side, it could be $5,000. Oh, did you hear him say they haven't started and by the way, this is about maybe a week and a half old, so none of this on the screen, this is not accurate, okay? This is about maybe a week old, if not 2 weeks. But seriously, they won't say how much. It meant to dock that thing, it might be $10,000 a month for the boat slip alone. And paying the crew? Wait a second. Who was on the yacht? if the owner is not on the yacht, who's on that yacht? Why are we paying for yachties? Can someone tell me? Why are we paying for yachties? You cooking and cleaning for who? When you seize the boat, where they on, Papa got everybody off. Is some politician, I hate to say this, who using the yacht? That's what I want to know. Why are we paying for yachties? Yachties are the crew. Cooking and cleaning, refrigeration and laundry. And who's using the yacht? If that's the case, as a taxpayer, I want to know, when can I use the yacht? I'm like, wait a second. It was seized. It's in Miami. So the owner, the Russian Oligarch, is not on the yacht. Don't forget, haven't even started forfeiture. They haven't started that process. And they said that could take months, even years. So if they haven't started it, why are we paying for the boat slip? I got it. But if they haven't started it, who's on that yacht? That's what I want to know. Are they? Who is on the yacht? Is someone having a party on the yacht? I would just really want to know who is on that yacht. Is there some kind of party going on the yacht? I'm just saying, I could be wrong. Is there a politician on the yacht? Who's on the yacht? And you're still paying for the crew. Now, I know they have to, clean the yacht and keep it. I understand that. But we have a full-time crew, as in people who prepare meals and sleeping on it. Who is staying on the yacht? That's all I would like to know. Why are we paying for a crew? Not just a boat slip now. Not just a boat slip.
To maintain. That's if it's sailing. If it's just sitting there with a minimal crew, it is still minimum hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just to keep that maintained, clean, not getting damaged by the sea.
See? Again, I've seen it. I've lived down the street from the marina in Palm Beach.
For luxury real estate.
I want to know, is anybody...
To the oligarch Victor Vekselberg, the homes in Miami Beach, the Hamptons, and Manhattan.
Okay. Let me guess. The taxpayers are paying the HOA. And I can guarantee you, they don't have no little HOA that's $800,000 a month. A $75 million apartment. Who do you think is paying the HOA? If not, then they would foreclose on it. So who's paying the HOA? The taxpayers. Taxpayers who just lost their jobs. Some are now homeless, living in homeless shelters, living on somebody's couch surfing. Who's paying the HOA? And in some of these HOAs, you better not have a country club, because guess what? You might say, oh my gosh, that house is so inexpensive, I'm going to buy it. Hold up. When you buy a house like that or condo, and some of them, you have to also belong to the country club. And I have seen this. You have to belong. It's not optional. You have to have a membership. Guess what? The membership is $75,000 annually. Yes, ma'am. In Florida. And some of them, you have to be a member of the country club. The membership is $75,000 annually. That's part of the deal when you buy the house. You have to, you are going to, they're not asking you, you're going to secure a membership at the country club, $75,000 annually. Well, I don't want that. Well, you're not buying this house because it's on the same property. It's adjacent. So who's paying the HOA? And if there's a country club nearby, is that how that's working too? Because in some communities, you have to, they're not asking you, no, this is part of it. It's mandatory. $75K a year, country club, not for 5 years, $75,000 a year. Those are the country club dudes. Trust, annually. So who's paying the HOA? Let me guess.
Are valued at over $75 million. But most of the yachts that have been seized around the world are still floating in legal limbo. Amadea, that's a $500 million yacht that was owned by billionaire oligarch Suleiman Karimov that was raided in Fiji last year. The DOJ sailed it to San Diego, where it is still sitting in the port of San Diego. The U.S. government, meanwhile, i.e. taxpayers, are paying the crew and the docking fees, so they won't say how much they're actually paying. The U.S. has not begun the forfeiture process, so they can't sell it or transfer ownership. Meanwhile, a 115-foot yacht seized from an oligarch and held in Croatia has escaped from authorities and is now missing. Joe, so these oligarchs, very good at hiding their stuff.
How much is, so the crew's still there? That's kind of interesting.
Exactly.
You got any numbers about what something like that? That's a big one. That looked like the Love Boat.
A cruise ship.
So typically a yacht costs about 10% of its total cost to maintain every year. That's about a $500 million yacht. So it could be typically $50 million a year to maintain. That's if it's sailing. If it's just sitting there with a minimal crew, it is still minimum hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just to keep that maintained, cleaned, not getting damaged by the sea.
I guess my 10,000 was off, huh? Hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Hundreds of thousands. I don't mean to sound accusatory. I'm going to say this being facetious. Man, I wouldn't be surprised on top of somebody enjoying that boat. You can have somebody just to come and clean it and check it, but you got a crew. So how do we know that somebody with power is not up there partying? You might as well use it. We're paying for the yachties, paying for maintenance. When can the citizens use the yacht? We're paying for it. You think it's possible, and I am so cynical, you think it's possible that maybe a politician or somebody might every now and then hop on the yacht for the weekend? How would we know? I'm just saying. How would we know? Is somebody using this yacht and billing us for it and have a good old time? I don't have a yacht. Do you guys have one? All I can do is spell it. And as you have seen in prior videos, drive down near one, in Palm Beach, on Flagler. Bradley's Saloon across the street. Again, here's some people down here on the yacht. Here's somebody. Here's somebody. Here looks like somebody. Somebody. So I just want to know. This is a $500 million yacht. I just want to know, how do we know if somebody is using this yacht and having a good old time at the taxpayers' expense? You and me. Anyway, I just had to share this with you. Keep in mind the numbers at the bottom, at the rudder, these numbers are not accurate. This is about maybe a week and a half old. I'm just trying to get caught up in some videos here. But yeah, we're paying for the oligarchs, yachts, condos. Again, who paying for the HOA? How do we know somebody not standing there? Somebody might, I can get my kid up in there. Yeah. Have a party. Oh, yeah, check. We wouldn't know. Having a good time on a taxpayer's dime. So let me know what you guys think. Simply said here on YouTube, and I'm out. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.